Hello, YouTube audience. How are we doing? I clearly just got out of the shower. We don't have our thing up today. We're just going to have to make do. We're joined by our TikTok audience. I don't know if I'm allowed to zoom myself in. There we go. We'll just do that so you guys don't have to see much of the background. We're talking about how TikTok is going through a major change tomorrow. That is September 13th, new community guideline rules. And I honestly can't tell you what they all mean because they're very ambiguous. I think they've already taken hold in some ways. We had a video taken down for no good reason that I can figure out. We're back to this. And we did this once before with TikTok when I first came to the States. And then they got a little more lenient in certain ways. And we've been able to do the kink education. But I don't know how that is going to be something that we are allowed to do anymore. We're going to have to wait and see. We've, of course, started to make plans on how to continue on because we love our time on TikTok, but we also want to spend a little more time with you guys over here on the Kink Educator on the tube that is for you. And even things like that, I'm not even sure we're going to be able to get away with them. We certainly will not be getting away with them on the Kink Educator channel on TikTok. As a matter of fact, in tonight's first announcement, the TikTok Kink Educator channel will go way more serious toned. That even means if there are lives, we won't necessarily be reading comments that we're going to have to measure whether or not they can be read out loud. There's a whole new ambiguous, whether it's bullying, whether it's good information, just arbitrary stuff coming to TikTok starting tomorrow. And I mean, for TikTok, it's already began. Because if I'm not mistaken, yeah, we're one of the furthest places. I think Hawaii is like almost the line. But right now, as the sun is setting here in Florida at 7 p.m., so could be setting how we do a lot of things on TikTok in America. So, of course, join us over on the YouTube. We're going to be doing a lot of broadcasting. We'll be here on TikTok and on YouTube. The goal is to definitely have the after show on the YouTube, maybe have a few minutes in the beginning here. And for the Kink Educator channel, one of the things that we're going to look to do is to have all of them have very big themes. So when we go live, it's got a theme. We're going to stick to the theme. We're going to be very careful, and we're going to use that live, which is this channel, that live ability on this channel to be 100% educational starting tomorrow. That will include all videos coming out. We're going to remove the humor so people can't take it the wrong way. And we're going to be very systematic about the whole process. So, and I know for some people that's going to kind of stink because we're not going to be able to have the same conversations. But don't forget, we still have free hugs and spanks. Free hugs and spanks will be the place we still do stitches. For those who don't know, that's when you cut into a video, you let them start, and then you come in and give an opinion. That has just not been a popular thing for TikTok, but we're going to continue to do that. So I've always said it. This channel is supposed to be like our lecture hall. The tube that is for you, that's always been to try to just collect what we're doing as best it can. Like it will go on every channel. It might have different things on every channel. So we might be having this streaming even when we're doing free hugs and spanks. By the way, if we don't get shut off on the 17th, which according to Forbes, it looks like we won't. So that's the good news. We're probably going to get either an extension or some news about TikTok seemingly on Monday, because the 13th is tomorrow, which is Saturday. Sunday is the 14th, and it said the 17th. So by Wednesday, we'll definitely know something, or we won't be talking on here. But I expect it to be extended again, another 90 days, which will take us just into Christmas, just about there. So, but I think we're going to get a different tone for this extension and what to expect. I definitely feel like there was a lot of fingers in the things they're doing. They're going to be suppressing a lot of content starting tomorrow, and I believe it has already begun. I got in trouble for discussing an event that happened this week. I did not give any opinion other than we should be supportive, and either we do or we don't support one certain idea, and that was making sure that people don't get taken off the board, and that was taken down. We've had a lot of problems with a lot of videos recently, and I think if we have a much serious tone, we're going to say kink, we're going to say fetish, we're going to say BDSM. And we're anytime they pull down the video, we're going to fight it. And we'll fight it, and we'll fight it, and we'll fight it. But if there's humor in the video that can be taken out of context, if someone thinks that they're being bullied, if a comment is read that is bullying, we're not gonna be able to have a channel anymore. And that goes with anything political. We 100% will no longer talk about anything political starting tomorrow, and even for this video tonight, because I don't know how much they've actually turned on now. It says the 13th, but if you go to some sectors right now, it is the 13th. So even having this video right now might be actually a little dangerous for us. We're skirting the line. But like I said, we're on YouTube, and I'm not even going to be able to say that. So from now on, when I say there's that other streaming platform, or we'll just go, hey, there's other places to watch this. You guys in the audience, help me out and tell them about YouTube. You guys can be like, oh, yeah, he's talking about the YouTube, Kink Educator on YouTube. Because starting tomorrow, I think we're going to get punished for even saying that. I don't see it going very well for us at all for this channel. I think it's going to make things a lot harder. Free Hugs and Spanks, I expect to be beaten up a lot. But the Kadu campus will give you guys more updates on all the channels from now on. We're going to be shifting that off of here and putting it on there. I think because we're at a higher follow count, we're held a little more to a stringent idea, like we're supposed to be setting the bar. And I could sit around for the next 45 minutes telling you about all the people who don't set the expectation very high, who have a lot more followers than me, but I don't get to do that. We're scrutinized, we're watched, and so I have to make sure that we are living up to what we need to live up to continue this channel to go on. So if you'd wondered why it seemed like we were posting just a tiny bit less recently, you weren't wrong. We were kind of feeling out what was going on with certain videos, the energies, and I can say that we didn't have a lot of problems, which is always good, but we had enough to take notice. So I have a better idea of what we're doing. I have a better plan for what we're going forward. So Kadu will deal with all comments. We'll deal with any update you guys need about this Kadu campus, and it will be the back and forth, while the Kink Educator platform here on TikTok will deal with very specific topics and give you guys the information you need. If we decide that a question is really good, instead of answering it here, we will just go ahead and cover the question, and we'll try to tag the person who first brought up the question, and we will also at the same time bring the question over to Kadu. Why are we doing that? Because we don't want anyone to, it's just comment about answering comments seems to be a little bit loaded right now, and some of that's gonna have to come down to me and my tone and making sure I sound almost monotone, and it's no inflection of like anger or anything like that. They definitely are putting on, they don't want anyone to feel bullied, to be abused. I'm not a huge fan of what's coming, because I can see how it can go wrong. I think some of it's a good idea. I just think that it will not be implemented the proper way. So those are the updates we got for you. I don't know what's going to go on with this platform, how much longer they're going to let us be. That's why we're on the other platform now as well. Very much so. I've had a very long day. So what do you guys want to talk about? Because if no one wants to talk about anything, I'll go take a nap. Hopefully this isn't our last one. This show is exclusively for Free Hugs and Spanks. It has been for a while. I borrowed it tonight one last time to celebrate the fact that we have gone live 300 hours on this channel. We have put 300 hours of live. That was 12.5 days. I have spent 12 days, 12 and a half days of my life bringing you guys live content. We also this week hit another milestone, 4,000 videos created. 4,000 just on this channel. Putting that all together, I'm pretty sure on TikTok I've easily crossed 10,000 videos at this point. We have also generated millions of views on this channel. So we have, I mean, the audience wants it. We actually, I mean, we don't get retirement money, but we have gotten enough money to support buying KadooCampus.com. We bought that 2 years. We have invested in it for 2 years. Drop the money there. That's what I got for you. And last night, for those who were here, knew that I was trying to build something, and it didn't go well. There was a big problem I had to go dig out. And even now, I'm still seeing a bit of a problem. I'm actually going to have to do something. I don't know why my ear hurts. Something. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Oh, no. Something else has gone wrong. Really, really wrong. Yep. All right. Give me 1 second. I need to take a picture of a couple things. Hold on, I gotta look at it. Every time I go live now, there's a problem. I have to try to figure out how to deal with this. Give me 1 moment, please. There's just a mess in it. Sorry. I'm probably going to have to figure this out later. I have no idea. Oh, there are things that are just screwed up at the moment. All right. I think I'm going to have to fix this. So one of the things I was trying to excitedly tell you was the fact that, again, sorry, dealing with some things. Give me 1 second. There we go. There we go. Fixed it. Oh, almost fixed it. There we go. There it is. Fixed. All right. All right. So what I was going to do for all of you is put together 3 things. For you guys to enjoy. And those, well, actually, it was going to be 5 things for $3. Actually, I think I did 6. So they're all PDFs. Oh, that's right. I didn't do the other one. So it's 5 for now, 5 for $3. I got to try to shrink one. So what we're doing is you're going to get 5 PDFs for $3. It's the Kadu library. Opening up in the right place. I got to fix something else really quickly. Hold on. I'm just looking for the right tag. There we go. One second. I just got to get a picture in here. There's the picture I want. Add that to gallery. So it's going to be on here. Your new comics. It's the Kadu Library 18 Plus PDFs. Now I'm not going to necessarily do the printed version yet. Let me see. All right, we have the. All right. Okay, so it's going to be 6 books, yes, because you're going to get the Continuum sampler. That's right. All right, so, and then you're going to get Barbara Unleashed, number 1. Barbara Unleashed, Aftermath, and then Mentor Search. So here we go with all right. So it is now live. You guys can go check it out. It's on that site. So does anyone have a question for me? Hold on. I'm not seeing them the regular way. They updated this. Let's see. Hi, Lilith. How's it going? It's going. TikTok wants me to let you know that you can get daily bonus points after completing daily missions. Well, you get it fixed? Yes. And then I went back today and saw the same problem happening again. So it never ends. And this is, for the record, why I never let anyone usually touch things, because a lot of people don't know what they're doing. And this is proving it right now. And I'm not trying to be rude about it, honestly. But, like, it is not what it needs to be. So I just fixed a couple things that were off scale. And it just does nothing when people I have to really quickly just look at something real quick. Bear with me. everything I worked on got screwed up. So I'm trying to fix it now. Bear with me. There we go. That should be fixed. So I'm going to look again. Yeah, it's all screwed up. There we go. Very good. All right, so that's fixed. So yes, the things for my stuff is now fixed. No one listens. No one listens to me. It's part of the problem. I said be very careful and don't screw anything up. That was not heard. Or it was not considered as things were done anyway. But I have no idea. Honestly, I just don't. But I fixed it. And it feels like that's what I'm going to have to do, a lot of fixing. But now you can get it. And if you go to the site, you can just find my name on it, Mr. Anderson. I am listed as one of the diverse creator-owned comics searched by creator. You can see my little icon is over there. You could also click the thing behind me, the display behind me. I'm trying to figure out how they messed something up, so I'm intrigued by how this got so screwed up, because it's screwed up now. I know what it is. There's misshaped pictures in this. It's screwed up everything. I don't know why it was messed with, but whatever. I don't fully understand what's going on. Because this was perfectly fine yesterday. There we go. It's because things were moved. So how's everyone's week been? So now we're 30 minutes in. I'm gonna go check our friends on YouTube, see if anyone has joined us on the live. We don't always get people on the lives, but I know people watch it later, which is always nice. All right, so let me see. I was able to fix. I don't know why it looks weird. There's just one spot that is now weird that should not be weird, and I feel like someone did something they shouldn't have done again. But what am I gonna do? Ugh. All right, I'm gonna leave it be. I'm gonna drive myself crazy. I don't mess with anything I don't know how. I mess with things I don't know how all the time, but I fix my own mistakes. That's the difference. If I break it, I fix it or I replace it. I don't screw things up and then just walk away and then don't say anything either. Like, hey, just so you know, I'm working on something. It's fucked up. I'll fix it. See, that's one of the things I gotta remember not to curse as much. Cursing is going to be one of those things apparently on here. Give lines. I've always tried to work with people and always struggled because then when people just do things, they don't listen. They just come in, they decide to do things, and then they wreck things. And when they break it, they get sensitive when you tell them that they broke something. I'll never understand that. I won't. So for $3 now, you guys can get BDSM survey. I wonder how this looks. Let me actually check out if it tells you. Why is the continuum sampler thing there? This is not right. Hold on. Sums up with that. Gotta fix that. There we go. All right, there we go. That's fixed. The price is here. Why does it say free though? It's so weird. Maybe I just hit the wrong button. Oh, I'm gonna be so pissed that they all suddenly got stuck being one thing. No, okay. So it's under the Cadoo thing. It tells you. Oh, it even tells you the different. No, it says related products. Doesn't actually show you what's available. So I'm gonna have to type that in while we're talking here. No big deal. We can get that done. All right. All I gotta do is borrow this. Following PDFs. Okay. Continuum sampler, we'll put at the bottom. I'll give that like a 2. BDSM survey, we'll go to the desire index. So I'm trying to put them into the way that you'd kind of want to read them. The sampler being the last one because that's just things outside of the kink. So, and then Barbara Unleashed is 1. All right, done. Well, I mean, yeah. I'm trying to make it some. I mean, that's the educational packet now. For $3, you can get an education and entertainment all together. That's 6 comic books for $3 PDFs. And if you can't afford it, that's fine. I'm not gonna not do that. But like when people ask me about my books, that's them. What do I suggest? The books I made. Why do I suggest them? Because I made sure that they were worth buying. That's going to be my answer. And if you don't buy it, you're going to miss out on a lot of education that you and your partner can have. Or you could definitely watch all my videos for free. But this is this whole system, the 5 books put together, a great way to start a dynamic, a great way to re-examine your dynamic. It is what it's supposed to be. If you don't want to do anything with it, that's okay. But from now on, when people ask me what I should read, it's going to be what I created. And I'm not going to be shy about it. I created this for a good reason. I'll put a little asterisk as a bonus. And of course, I'll put a little reason for the asterisk. I put bonus content, not kinky, but created by Mr. Anderson as well. Okay. Bonus content, not kinky, but created by Mr. Anderson as well. One of the stories is kind of like playful kinky, not really kink education. I should put that, not kink education. There we go. Not Cadoo. There we go. All done. Need to get myself a marketer, someone who can go out there and bully people into buying my stuff so I can look like the good guy. All right. 18 plus. There we go. There we go. All right. The site is fixed again. I needed to look at one other thing. Just to make sure. Yeah. You'd be surprised. Trying to get people to separate from money is impossible. All right, I think I got it all now. It's still there, though. So I'm trying to get rid of my book, Cat Dad and Supermom, was also published. And it was fine. I allowed it in India. And there's a cover for it that we're not supposed to advertise. It was an agreement. I would let them have that copy for India, and our copy was there. And it's always cool to be like, yeah, my book is in India too. Like I'll tell you, there are 6 of one picture, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 26 of one single picture. Really? And I still have from yesterday. I didn't even get rid of. Like, finally they came over. What had wound up happening is a lot of these got stuck in the background, so they finally kind of popped a couple out. We're in better spirits today, clearly. But I wonder if I can even add media at this point. I didn't even check that, to be honest with you. Should try. Let me see. To see what happens if I try to put something in here. I can always hide things in here. I used to do that when I wanted something to. Here we go. Cat Dad. No. I want a small file just to see if it works. It's not what I want to have anywhere. It's not what. We're not monsters. We could try this one. How big is this PDF? Hold on. Oh, 143. I really should probably try to shrink this and see what happens. We'll let that burn in the background, as it were. So how are we doing over here on my YouTube? I know you guys think I forget about you, but I never do. 737. What do we got? Man, 2 years later, 300 hours. Show me someone who's got 300 hours of being live talking about kink. I'm certain that's got to be under about 100 people on this planet for TikTok. It's 12.5 days on a 24-hour. We're basing it on 24 hours. 300 hours. We got a whole thing, too, a whole celebratory. I'm wondering if I have it on here. Give me a second. No, I guess I don't have it. It must be on this one. So we're also not going to be able to have anyone join us live on this particular channel unless they've been pre-screened and know how not to step in the booby traps that are here on this site. So that's going to be a thing too. We're going to keep going, though. We're not giving up. I'm not even sure I can talk about my products on this channel anymore. It sucks. It sucks what they're taking away. I understand. And they won't let me put this book in. Despite it being educational, they won't let me put it on the TikTok shop. So, I don't know. I am tired. I am hungry. And I've done this Freaky Friday. You guys have anything that you want to talk about before I start getting into my wrapping up mind? I don't think anyone else has that much time. You know what? It's not the time. Like everyone's got the time to do lives. Everyone's got time to do TikToks. Uh, Even the lives, it's consistency for 2 years, getting the 300 hours. We have some 2 hour shows. Think about 52 weeks in a year. You go live 1 hour a week, you're already at 52 hours. You go live twice a week, that's 104 hours. You go live for 90 minutes some of those times. And remember, we went live every day for a while on this channel. 1 hour, 7 times a week, that's 7 hours. 7 times 300 is 2,210. It's not hard. It's what you want to put your energy into. You know what I don't do? I don't watch a lot of television. I don't spend a lot of time going to bars and drinking. Those are things I don't do. I do things, I look at my time as currency, and I spend my currency the best I can in a given day. And sometimes I have days like where today I'm tired, I'm worn out, but I got a lot of what I want done today. And then tomorrow I might be twiddling my thumbs, and then I'll fill that twiddle space. What was the topic tonight? We were talking about the big changes coming to TikTok starting tomorrow. There's a new community guidance thing and new community rules. And it's very ambiguous and very problematic for creators. We've already started to see some of the implications of that and implementation of that, and it's not great so far. So we're gonna have to learn how to sidestep. We were talking about how TikTok's ban is coming back up. That's on the 17th, which we figured out was Wednesday. So we're waiting to see what's going to happen. Although Forbes magazine says that it's looking like they're just going to give it another 90 days. So that pushes it into Christmas. And we were just talking about how from now on, this channel is going to feel a lot more educational, think like lecture hall, and no commentary from me, topic-based only. And we probably won't do a lot of replying to comments here. The replying to comments will go over to the Kadu Campus channel here on this, and we'll talk about upcoming changes and all that. It'll be your place to go. And remember, we have KaduCampus.com, where you guys can, including going now to get the free copy of the BDSM survey. So if you want to read the BDSM survey, go to Kadu Campus, on the com. And then you guys are going to have to get used to when I say on the com, it means .com. And hopefully the audience is here. You guys hear it and you'll be like, oh, I know what they mean. And we're going to have to talk a little bit in code, but I'm not going to change saying kink, fetish, BDSM, dom, submissive. Those are important teaching tools that I refuse to let go. I would rather get kicked off this platform and download all of our stuff and give our entire library, hundreds of hours of videos, to YouTube than to simply stand and be like, I want to be BDSM, like, look at me. No, none of that. See, even this smartass stuff stops tomorrow on this channel. You'll get the smartass on Free Hugs and Spanks. That will probably be the one that's beat up. I'm also thinking about doing a specific day for certain things, like the Kink Educator on Wednesdays, on Mondays, and then maybe picking up for topic-based ideas. We'll go live for topics, and then Free Hugs and Spanks will be a lot more hanging out, just what's going on. That's going to be where we chill. And Kadu Campus, when that channel goes live, we'll be talking about follow-ups a lot more of the time. Like, hey, you know how we had a lot of that? Perfect example. You know how we had a lot of back and forth about enthusiastic consent? We wouldn't deal with that on this channel anymore. That would go there. We would talk about enthusiastic consent, give the lecture about why we don't do it, and maybe answer some questions. And it sucks that I'm not going to be able to answer every question. We might be able to answer questions by going, Lilith, here's the answer to your question, and I'll just answer it, because sometimes even the way you guys word things, I might not be able to say out loud. Other ways than the light system, well, there's the safe word. Verbal cues. I mean, not verbal. Safety actions. We have the clicker. I think, do I have the clicker here? I do. So the dog clicker. So your partner telling you they're in distress, especially if they're gagged. Some people do the dropping of the ball. I don't like the dropping of the ball because sometimes you get someone good, they can shock and drop the ball and not mean to. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Of course, one of the biggest safety things I to this day, ASL is a lot to ask people to learn. I started learning it because of my kid, and he was autistic. But then when he stopped needing it because he became verbal, we moved more to languages, which is better for me because my hands, dyslexia and all that. But one of the things I always like to do is the hand system. So if I'm going to play with anyone, they got to fill out paperwork. When they're done filling out paperwork, one of my rules is when I put my fingers in here and you don't squeeze, we're done playing. I will untie you and it is over. This is very, when you build it in, it's very good when you do heavier play. Extreme play, as someone put it out there. See, I'm not going to be able to be this funny guy as much anymore on here. It's sad, but we're going to have to tone down my personality because my personality gets us in trouble sometimes. But tonight, one last time. So if I put my 2 fingers in here and you don't squeeze, we don't continue to play. So, any other questions? Just looking. See if we got anything here. Noteworthy. Okay. How about dropping something? Well, I guess you didn't hear me when I said it. The problem with dropping something, especially if you're doing play like impact, or what if you're doing deliberate, what does Alice call it? When someone's actively trying to combative play, I guess, but you can knock those things out of the hand and they're not. The reason I like the clicker is when you get the clicker, and especially if you get one that's meant to be a training one, it stays in your hand. You're not just going to incidentally do that. But let's say that this is a ball, right? Or something in my hand. Well, don't drop this. Don't drop this. Okay. I'm taking the impact. Oh, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. And now I have to stop. Echo. Cancel. So, like, you don't want things that are going to have oopsies. We don't want oopsies. We don't want the oopsies. So we're getting to be just about at the 1 hour mark. If you guys want to be part of the after show, it is going on the YouTube. And if you guys hear me saying things, please help me by in the comments telling people what I mean. If I say, yeah, go to that other place with the tubes, maybe you guys could be like, hey, he's talking about his YouTube, Kink Educator. Because that's one of the things we're going to be getting in trouble for as creators, advertising anything that will take them off the site. If I say, people know where to get the comics and someone like Lilith's here, I would really love you to be like, yeah, go to yourcomics.com. I would really appreciate that. Expressions are hard to tell for kink play, though. I'll say that. I'm merely exploring, but how do I go about finding others in the community if they aren't munches nearby? There's always, first off, there's always a not an in-life munch. I get that. But there are usually groups that you can kind of explore over on the FetLife. I know there are some like areas that are just very static dead, but why not start your own? You'd be amazed. Put it out there. Be the one to start something in an area that doesn't have anything. You might be pleasantly surprised. Meet at a Starbucks. Just do a meet and greet. Hey, we're going to meet at this Starbucks or this coffee house. And if there's like suddenly 50 people who want to show up, you maybe change a venue. Look for places that have back rooms, diners, Beef O'Grady's, those types of things like Fridays. Don't go to the higher end necessarily ones. Try to get ones that don't serve you as often as you can, and as opposed to getting it at like the counter. I've done them at the mall, food court. I think that's a good place, but you have to be very careful about those, especially if they're going to be children around. Just be inventive. You know your area, and it's going to be area. So, area based. So, like, you're going to have to know what's in your neighborhood and what you can do. Mission Barbecue is an awesome place. Yes, that I've seen that. Those places, those aren't bad. They're down here in the South. I think some of them have back rooms too. Got a group on here in Messenger. I do not like Discord. I don't. We tried Discord. It didn't work. Um, Messengers. Oh, you're talking about something else. I'm sorry. Uh, oh no, you're telling them to get a group. Well, it's harder to just be out here and be like, "Hey, everybody, I'm from New York City. Come hang out." New York City would be the exception to the rule 'cause it's such a big city. But if we were to go to like Bumblefuck, Florida, like I'll tell you right now, like there's very closed-minded places in Florida. One of those literally was told that I couldn't be there because of Barbara Unleashed because it was too adult. They never read the book, by the way. Told them they could read the book, but they were like, we don't deal with that kind of stuff. It wasn't Eustis. Oh, I can't think of the town, but like I was told flat out no. And you got to be careful. Sometimes you might have to travel the 20 miles to go to a place to meet all the people that you got. Yes, I got one. Good, Lilith. Yeah, start little groups. I mean, we have a group on FetLife that no one ever uses, which is frustrating. But what am I going to do? Right? And me and Lilith hang out all the time, so that's cool. If we ever get big enough on YouTube, Lilith's one of the people who I would use as a moderator. But we got to build up the YouTube first. And starting tomorrow, I won't even be able to say YouTube because I'm afraid they'll cut our feed. It'll have to be the other platform with the tube. And then if they figure out what that is, we're going to get in trouble. That's just the reality of the situation. However, they have not changed how we talk about things, but they did bring up over SEXualization. So now we have to be careful with that, which we don't really talk about it. So it's not going to affect us greatly, but it's going to be there. A lot of bowling alleys have a back room, food, drinks, and normally don't cost a ton. Dave and Buster's. I know people who will do it at a Dave and Buster's and like get a table because usually Dave and Buster's have like a dining area and you could reserve it. Even local smaller places like trying to help local businesses because we don't have to sit around and a munch shouldn't really be educational. That's what classes are for. A munch should be a place to like kind of let people meet each other. I've done a few munches and I've done educational classes. We have had meetups where we'll talk about things. I don't fet too many flags. Don't fet too many flags. Don't get too many flags is I think what you mean. And I don't even know what you mean by that. There are certain flags you could put up that would kind of show something, but like our BDSM flag, which the TikTok audience just got to see, that's in the corner. I can't do it on the YouTube. That one is pretty obvious that it's an alternate lifestyle. That looks a lot like a leather flag on purpose, so we have to worry about that being like a kick me sign in public. So we've done it 2 years. We're going to head towards a TED Talk. That's a 2026 goal now. We are closing out the show. A community center is good for munches. I don't know about that. I would be cautious about community centers. The problem with community centers is the people who run the centers are very bored very often, and they might pay attention. You could also do a public library. Public libraries have a closed-off section. I would use the library for an educational purpose. I like ice cream shops. Ice cream shops are a great way if you have a small enough community. You don't need 50 people. Your munches should be full of the people who are, because you're not trying to make money on munches. Don't try to be popular. Build a core group that is amazing. Make it so you guys are protecting each other and growing together and educating each other. I think that's what's really important. All right, let me see how much time we've been on here. We've been on 50 minutes, so I'll give you guys... So I'm going to give you guys 7 more minutes. Echo, 7-minute timer. And look, and anyone can do anything they want. Again, when I say something, I'm just seeing the other side of it. Like, one of the things we talk about a lot, and of course, you guys who have been around enough know that someone got outed for giving their phone number to someone in the community, and then when you give your phone number out, there's this ability to suddenly find you on Facebook, find you on Instagram. It is crazy, crazy town. So it is how quickly you can be outed by just giving away your number to someone, because then they can see things, and then if you follow them on Facebook and that people know who they are, suddenly your real names are out there because Facebook makes you put a real name. I'm very out, but like that also could suddenly attach to my family members who don't necessarily want the people I know to be contacting them. And I've been outed and doxxed, and this is something I have to be concerned about. It is not a safe world out there, especially not in the last couple months, for anyone who is not a poster child for some sort of vanilla cause. So if you can't fit on their posters, then you're in trouble right now. We're not being political, I promise. I'm just saying we have to keep our heads down a little more now until someone rights the ship, as it were. So you guys have been awesome to me tonight. I really appreciate you all. Any final conversational things? If you guys want to talk a little bit more, come on over to YouTube. We'll kick it up for a few minutes. We're just trying to keep these videos to an hour or less. So I wanted to celebrate this one last time with you all. We have really come far in the time we've been together, and I appreciate you all for coming on the journey with me. Thank you all. I truly mean it. Like, it has been awesome to educate and be part of this. And I don't know what tomorrow brings. It's definitely going to be different. It's definitely going to be different. If you're interested in the comic books, of course, and those of you who are regulars and show up, when I say you can get, you know where you can get my comics, your new comics, go to Your New Comics. Tellem.com. That's also why we recently, when we redid everything, we got the Kadu campus and Left Behind, which recently went dark. We are kinkforall.site. It's because I had to say the things, and for a while I thought the .site would be okay to say, but we even got into trouble for that. So this is the last time we're going to do it. So when I say a website for us, they're .coms now, so you guys can be aware. So if I go yournewcomics.com, Kadu campus, you know Kadu, Kedu campus, and then put the .com. So Echo, how much time do we have left? 3 minutes. We even stopped having to say our sign off for the evening. How crazy is that? We used to have a sign off and we got in trouble. And it was just about making sure that you know that kink is not inherently happy endings, chemical happy endings. It's ridiculous that, and that's why you see a lot of these educators who want to teach about human interaction with organs intended to bring pleasure, talking about kink, because you're allowed to talk about kink on here, but you're not allowed to talk about anything else, and that's sad. I feel bad. I know some good people who are going to be greatly affected starting tomorrow. Any final questions? We're going over to YouTube. You can join us there. Yeah, I mean, it's their platform, though. I just don't like the fact that they'll let very dangerous people represent us. Like, I was always a fan of don't do 50 Shades of Grey. If I'm not allowed to teach it the right way, do not show 50 Shades of Grey. And, of course, this site, many other sites, were happy to do that. News programs openly kink shaming us. Just horrible, horrible business. Echo, how much time left? Okay, we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but I think I'm going to invite you all to head over. And for one last time, thank you for joining us for all these Fetish Fridays. 300 hours together we have spent here on TikTok. I appreciate you all. I hope some of you come on the journey with us. I'm serious. If you want a serious, like, foundational book, get these PDFs. You can get them in physical copies as well. PDFs, like, you're really supposed to buy a PDF for every person. Like, But if you're giving it to your partner, give it to your partner. You download it. I mean, I'm not that worried. We're giving away the BDSM survey for free from now on. And that was the goal I had made because I did outsource to a community at the time and I got everyone's opinions. And we're going to continue to promote that. The people who helped get credit sheet. And in comics, that's one thing. Like, it takes a lot to take someone off a credit sheet. I even give credit to people who shouldn't get credit, who did shitty things, but it is what it is. They want us the way they see us, and that's it. Yeah, and TikTok is very much becoming be this, don't be anything else. And we're going to be fighting that in the near future a lot. That's it, guys. We're done for tonight. I'm going to say goodnight. I see some people building over here in the StreamYard. I put the StreamYard link below. You guys can make the comments here. Make sure to hit the notification buttons. Last time I can say that too, because in the future, you're just going to have to hit follow on your own. So I say it. So I need the audience. I need you guys who show up all the time to kind of cheerlead in the comments section. I won't even be able to read it. How crazy is that? I won't be able to read comments and say follow him starting tomorrow. That's it. TikTok, it was nice. We're going to have to see how you are starting tomorrow with your new AI fully unloaded onto the world. Hopefully, you don't spank too hard. Don't be a bitch, TikTok. It's the last time I probably can say that too. We're out of here before we get the cord pulled. Let's hit the button. Join us on YouTube right now. Kink Educator. We are live. It's crazy. Like, we'll be able to be here and have better conversations. I dropped the link so if anyone wants to be part of this conversation. Echo, cancel. Look at that within 10 seconds of when I needed it to be. Echo, cancel. Gorgeous. Sorry. Needed to check on the Brett. So, what do you guys want to talk about? I'm assuming most of you came over from the TikTok live. We're going to have guests on here. The crazy thing about YouTube, for the most part, there is no active censorship. This video is hopefully set to 18 plus. It should be. I did notice that sometimes it does, despite our channel being set to adult content, sometimes these lives go out to a general general group, but it's not as easy. There is comments you can make here, same as everything else. Remember that if you need to make an actual account that you can get away with saying things, if you guys want to jump on, you can jump on. At the end of it, we'll have like a 10 to 15 minute window of opportunity. It'll be based on the ongoing conversations. And that's what I got for you right now. That's what I got for you all. Now, we don't want to overuse this too, because we're using the free StreamYard, which I want to say gives us 20 hours a month. Let me see. $20 hours. So we get 20 hours. Ashley, what's going on? Okay. If you guys want me to use your other screen names, that's perfectly fine. Just be careful today. I'm here just listening today. Too lazy to switch accounts. LOL. Fair enough. Hey, what's going on? Welcome on over. Remember, I'm just going to refer to you guys as your YouTube names so I don't potentially out anyone. So just be mindful of that, guys. If I'm calling your name, you don't have to say, oh, this is this. You can, and I don't know if they let you do this unless you're a guest, but you can tell me later somewhere who you are. I just won't read out who you are on the other platforms. It does have a trail, but it is what it is. I don't care if you use my name. Just wanted to let you know who I was. Okay, that's fine. I love that. I'm always so worried about you, all of your safety and not being outed. I've been someone who has been doxxed at this point and had some bad stuff happen because people knew too much about me. Because that's when they get information about you, they don't really want to know that you're a good person. They don't want to know how many years you're here. They want to know what they can use against you to hurt you. And it's very sad that that's true, but it is. People get doxxed all the time. I couldn't think about doxing someone unless the information is public on your profile and then you're just asking for it. I don't go out of my way to search people out on the internet. That's not the person I am. But if you're going to put it right out there for the world to see, then yeah, I'm going to make sure I make you famous when you, especially bullying one of my friends. I have no tolerance for that. TikTok, I don't know what's going to go on with this now, guys. I really am nervous about how TikTok is setting the board up right now, but we'll see. I am not trying to leave. I am not running away from TikTok. I am not doing any of that. So, funny story. If you guys want to hear a funny story on my way out tonight, if you guys have a question, feel free to ask it and I'll do it. So I moved here about a year ago to the house I'm currently in. For those who've been following me a while, you remember last summer was a hell of a ride for me with the move and all that. So, and we're talking about moving again soon, as a matter of fact. But for now, we're here. And for 1 year, the lawn has been the most ridiculously horrible experience of my life. I cannot express to you how shitty it is out there. There are literally weeds under the grass. Like, these are thick, whatever they are. I should look up to see what the hell they're called. But it is like a jungle vine like weed that does not go upwards, but somehow snakes itself through it. Makes it impossible to mow the grass with a hand. Because that's what I thought. I'd be a nice, healthy, getting older. I'll take one of them hand push ones. Won't be a big deal. It's a big deal because that thing gets caught all the time. So I bought a mower. Finally broke down because I was doing it with a weed whacker. And I killed a lot of these fuckers, but they would pop back up. I don't get it. They're like the fucking Terminator. Every time I think it's down, it's like the Terminator pops back up. So I took the weed whacker, tried to kill him. It still came. Finally had to admit I'd been beaten. I could not do this with just a weed whacker and a hand one. So I got a lawnmower 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, just about tomorrow. So like 13 days ago. And I went to it. Look up Creeping Charlie. Oh, is that what it is? I'm gonna look that up while I'm telling the story. So I finally get this electric mower because I'm trying to be good about things, like a gas mower is going to be more powerful, but it is an aggressive invasive primary wood that forms dense. Yes, this is exactly what it is. It is. Oh my goodness. I know its name now. I know my enemy's name. But it's like a weed thing in it. Yes. It is insane. Like, I don't mind when it's just like, because I'm not one of those lawn guys. Like, if I just had the clovers and patches, I would be so happy. But this is this weed shit. And it's sort of like I see it in some of the pictures, but not all of it. Let's see how to get rid of it. Manual remover, tried that. Mowing and trimming, tried that. Herbicides, I have little rabbits in the back that run around, and I'm always worried about it. A borax treatment and promote a healthy lawn. I am not one of those people who cares enough to really do that, to make a healthy lawn. But thank you, Ashley. That's good to know. I have my enemy's name. So anyway, I got the mower. Been working 13 days. Probably have had it at least once a day, except for 2 days now. Once a day, I've cut that damn grass. And I mean, we got it up to like 5 inches. We just lost control. And I was burning the backyard at one point because not only was there that stuff, but there were these red ants. And someone told me the only way to get rid of the red ants is burn them out. And if you've ever been stung by a red ant in Florida, you understand, like, and I have my kid here, and I don't want my kid getting things. We lost the backyard. We keep losing backyards because of ants, and I wasn't going to have it at this place. But then the weed just took over, and I have a bad back, and I would hurt my back, and it was horrible. Oh, it was so horrible. Um, so the way to get it gone, honestly, I can tell you have to go to every root and like mow it down. I have made it better. The next time you cut your grass, you should be able to see the little stumps that it comes from if you follow it back. And it's like a bulb. If you rip those out, it makes it better. But I'll be damned, you got to get that all the way down. Like, not just, you have to kill its roots, basically. If you're not killing its roots, it's going to come back. And I can't with my bad back. I just can't. So I get this electric mower. 2 weeks I've been out there. Sisters helped me. Had my son, taught my son how to mow lawn. We're getting it. We're killing it. I mean, we took down like some of these, the backyard, the front yard wasn't as bad, but the backyard was like 6-inch grass. And just tilting it up, killing my back, tilting it up. Took 2 weeks, but I beat it. But there's a bad side. The lawn beat the mower and burnt out its motor. It just wouldn't turn anymore. 2-week-old mower dead. That is what I dealt with here. All right, my friends, I gotta go. Got somewhere to be. Thank you for being part of this this moment in our history as we bring on YouTube to be more part of the conversation. Thank you all. Oh, we have ripped and ripped. I am in the country. The battle is with the garden. 1 year we tilled it and we used weed killer. Again, I understand using weed killer. I'm not saying no one can't. I just am not a fan of those chemicals. So much not a fan. Do what you have to do, though, Ashley. No judgment. Florida, apparently, just this area in the Charlotte County area really deals badly with this type. My neighbor just curses these things and has treated the lawn over and over again. It is just the area. I had someone come out and tell me the only way to really get rid of it would to be like completely like tarp your grass, let it all die 6 weeks, just tarps on your lawn during the winter, let it all die, come back out and literally put dirt on top of it and plant new things so that becomes like a fertilizer, and it shouldn't pop up. But you got to put like 2 inches of dirt, and then you got to smash it down, and that's what makes it stop from coming up. So you have to get like a special roller thing. I was like, nope, I'm out. I am out. So speaking of being out, I'm out for the evening. Thank you all. If you guys can remember to always, do a brother a favor, and when I mention like a site, tell them the .com, point them here to this YouTube channel in the chat. I'd be very grateful for that, because starting tomorrow we can't do shit. And remember, the BDSM is not inherently sexual. It is mental. We think about it, we discuss it, we communicate, we negotiate, and only then do we get consent for the things we want to do with each other. So do that. Use a diaper. Did I ask permission? Extensive representation to make sure you're getting consent done the right way. And some of that representation is asking the person questions, including what are the risks of what we're about to do, to make sure as a dominant, they know what they're doing. And as a sub, always ask how often have you done this? And how did you learn this question? Use a pen to make sure that you're creating a dynamic with a pen. Protocols engaged via negotiation. So many other acronyms we can celebrate. Tune back in. We'll be back on the YouTube channel on Wednesday night, this Wednesday. So I'll see you on Wednesday night for some sort of programming. Don't know what it'll be yet, but it'll be something. And I hope to see you there. Good night, everybody.